welcome to Coffee with Ken. We're so glad you're here today.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone.
I can see all the obstacles in my way.
Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind.
It's gonna
gonna
be
be
a bright, bright, sunshiny day.
Yes, and it's really going to be a bright, sunny, shiny day
It is.
with them joining us today on
It
Coffee
is.
with Ken.
Yes.
I am Dr. April Brown. I am Executive Vice President of Coaching here at Destiny Global. And we have Ken Brown, CEO, named after him, Coffee
Good
with
morning. Thank you for
Ken. To
joining.
join him for coffee today.
Yes.
Yep.
And we have Butch McCracken, who is General Manager here. And I know that people come just wanting to click their coffee cups
You
with
noticed that before,
Yeah.
right? They just wanted to click
love
the
it.
cup with me, which is
So,
cool.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you have me sing that song? You know, I love when y'all get me in the studio and say, Ken, this is what you need to do. And Jen Horling, who's off camera right now, is laughing because you set me up and just say, do this. And I do it.
And you sing.
I do it.
It's
So
the
where are we
watch
going?
the singing monkey.
Oh.
Anyway.
Did you guys see and hear
We
that?
will have symbols
Sorry,
next
we'll
week.
just
Wind him up and watch him go clank, clank, clank. Okay. Why did you have me sing that song?
Anyway, because we need clear vision.
We do?
Yes, and that song talks about that, about having clarity, having clear vision. When you can't see something, you can't see the obstacles that are in your way.
Wow.
And it's very important to see that when we do have a idea of something, we have to know and
What the
welcome the
obstacles might be.
obstacles
Yeah.
Hmm.
and know what they are.
Yes,
that we
that's a
can
very
overcome
true
them.
statement. That is so true.
Yeah.
Think about if we hadn't thought about, hey, when you start on a health journey and the road to fitness involves movement of physical activity,
Yeah.
lifting and exercise, and not getting to go to Whataburger
Yeah.
and overcoming those temptations,
Mm-hmm.
right? Those are definitely things we had to consider. You know, you're right. It's really good.
And in the
Yeah.
program, it's all considering all of those things and removing them.
Mm-hmm.
Like the first thing we have to do is to get all of the obstacles out of the way of all of the things that are going to trip us up, getting those, all the chocolate and the candies and all the things that are going to trip us up out of the way.
You have to take them out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that crazy? You're removing those temptations.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about that, Butch McCracken?
I think that's amazing. I think the thing, as I sit here thinking, like, and if you don't have any obstacles on the way to your vision, you really need to challenge yourself. Is my vision big enough?
Oh, for sure.
Mm.
That's a very good
Right.
point.
Wow, that is a good
If it's
point.
smooth sailing and you achieve it,
Mm-hmm.
did it challenge you?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you have to overcome? Because you
Mhm.
will hit obstacles in your vision.
Mm-hmm.
It's inevitable, and that's okay. That's the experience that you get
Mm-hmm.
and that you'll
Yeah.
learn from. But challenge yourself. This vision, is it too small?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the first vision that most people encounter, whether it be in your, well, in any part of your life, in business, in your spiritual growth, especially as you're working on a health journey, first thing you're going to run into is a mental obstacle.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's
For
For
sure. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And if you're not working through that,
Yeah.
it will basically cause you to stumble and get completely off vision. You ever hear of New Year's resolutions that are done by the end of January that become something that was a goal that was not achieved? Don't make a resolution, make a goal, and then make small steps to make it happen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
think it through.
Think it through.
Because I don't think New Year's resolutions, people don't think through.
Yeah.
It's a feel-good type thing, that gets them through the month of December.
Mm-hmm.
Starting January 1,
Yeah.
and then it crashes and burns by January 31.
Well, look, we're in the first week of July, and we know people that have already given up on that vision and tried to institute another vision for themselves because they gave up on the first one, which was completely achievable. And we know some of the people, and some of you watching us may have experienced this. Keep going,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's staying plugged in, and that's giving yourself time to think through things. Because as we're talking about we're talking about the law of worship, and really getting connected to your creator and staying plugged in and staying motivated, staying plugged into Destiny Global and teachings where you're plugging in every day to get positive. A positive mental attitude will create success for you if you keep that rolling. It becomes a habit. Success is a habit.
And I certainly have seen, we had a couple of weeks ago a coach training, and it was so inspiring. And one of our values here is about to inspire others. And truly, it was so inspiring for one of our coaches who literally walked 2 miles in the Texas heat to come to the coach training every day. And getting here even early, like it was just like, and I would see him like coming in even before me. I'm literally walking down the street and going uphill. Like literally, when you tell your kids all of that, he can legit tell his kids.
Yes.
I walked
Maybe no
in
snow,
the Texas
but
heat. Yeah, it was the
Texas
Texas heat uphill 2 miles to get to come here for this opportunity. And that's so inspiring.
Yep.
And he had to overcome obstacles of even how to get here and where to stay and walking. And he just took those as an opportunity to even, and it inspires others. When we overcome obstacles, if we have the easy road, it's not inspiring. It literally is those obstacles that people overcome that we look at and we say, wow, that is so inspiring. That not just that they did that I can do that too. That and if I don't have that obstacle, then what am I doing? What am I complaining about?
So true.
Like if I'm driving here with the air conditioned car and I'm complaining, or I'm like I can't do this. This is hard. Like it should inspire us that if we can see someone overcoming obstacles like that, we certainly can do that.
Absolutely.
Anyway, it's so encouraging when we can really look at our obstacles, see it clearly, know that we have a clear vision. And certainly he had a clear vision. His vision was he wanted to become a coach. And he wanted to help people with the health and fitness. And we started
very focused
talking
on
off
that.
with that. Our coaching program, first track that we've done for our Coach in a Box, which was just an amazing
health and fitness with Carmen O'Quinn, and she absolutely killed it.
So, but like so many things and excuses and things that could have happened. So you never know who's watching. You never know who you're inspiring and who you're encouraging when you're overcoming those obstacles.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So it's important to keep that perspective. And here we are. You were talking about we're at the 1st of July. That is our Independence Day that we're celebrating.
July 4th, that's right.
And so I think there were a few obstacles that they had, and they had a clear vision of what they wanted to, like they knew what they wanted and they had a clear vision of it. And they knew that there were going to be obstacles that were standing in their way.
Imagine if they quit.
Exactly. We would not be here.
They said, Uncle, we can't do this.
Well, you would, but you would be saluting the Queen.
That's true.
So it would be a whole different thing, because you would not be the land of opportunity, and you would not be the place where freedom rings and all the other things that go with this great nation.
Yes, very true.
Yes, and there's things that the nation has overcome and things that we're continuing to work to overcome, right? And
that does not mean perfection, and
right.
People look at and dismiss all of that because they weren't perfect.
Right.
They weren't perfect people.
No.
And that is
Nor are
not-
we.
Yes. But they had a vision to come here and have religious freedom and to be able to practice that. And so it's an amazing thing to see when you have a clear vision of how many that affects, how many people that affects, not just you, but your family and future generations and legacy, your legacy, other people's legacy, because you just have that clear vision and being so intentional with it. Like they could have just said and dismissed and said, you know what?
So true.
We're just going to deal. We're just going to deal with it. It's just going to be like, it's too hard. Like, that's too hard.
Yeah.
But a clear vision does that, being intentional with what you know is possible.
Don't be like the Israelites and say, I'm going back to Egypt.
Yeah.
It's too hard out here. It's hot. We're going back. It's only been 3 days. We're going back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
No,
imagine
stay on course.
if Moses hadn't had that clear vision of
Yeah.
like there was a promised land and leading them to that. It takes one. It takes that leadership, visionary, and being intentional. Anyway.
But
So
don't get
good.
distracted on your journey either, because they could have been in the promised land in
Yes.
12 days. Instead, they wandered in the desert for 40 years.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
true. So true.
Stay the course.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what our whole heart and purpose
Yes.
is here, to really help people to get a vision. We were successful, but I would not say we had a clear vision for our marriage, a clear vision for our finances, a clear vision for all of that. We couldn't even talk about our finances for 10 years
It's a
without arguing.
Very clear vision. Make a lot of
Yeah.
money and buy what you want. Oh,
Basically, that was
that wasn't in
and buy
alignment. Yeah.
buy all the cars that you want every
Yeah.
couple of years, and yeah, you have to have clear, intentional like goals and a vision for your marriage and for your family and for your kids.
That's right.
And so that's what we found here. And people would have looked at us and thought we were like successful, but we weren't intentional with a lot of things that we were
That's
doing.
the truth right
So
there.
Yeah.
that is exactly what we got here, and why we're here, why we've stayed here, because it's so powerful to get a clear vision. And so if that's something that you want, to have a clear vision, be intentional, and we have training.
We have something
We have
coming up
training
in
here.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes,
a month.
August 11th through the 13th.
Yes.
And that's a Friday through a Sunday. And you want to come. You want to
You
be in
do.
person. You can get a virtual ticket, and all the information is down below. But we would love to see you there, because it's such an immersion. And with people,
Yes.
like-minded people, there's such an energy about that.
Community is powerful.
Yeah, it is very,
Very
powerful.
powerful.
And we're gonna be in Atlanta. We're there where our trainers, Jackie and Carmen, are there. We have some Atlanta friends, so we're so excited to see them.
They can clank cups with me. See, you
Yeah,
can't do
so
this.
you can't do that.
Yep. Bam
If you're not there,
and bam.
have some coffee with Ken.
I do have coffee, and I will be having
Yeah.
coffee. And Jackie, too,
Yeah.
in Atlanta.
So we want to see you there, because you will get this training. You will be immersed in this. We just give you a little taste every week. With Coffee with Ken, you get your success tips also on Destiny Global page. So be sure you like the page, follow, and that you like and share this Coffee with Ken every week. And you join us every single week,
Yes.
where you'll get to hang out with us.
And we have
What
fun.
else do you want?
Yeah.
And
We
remember,
can see
next,
clearly now.
next week we bring symbols.
Ding, ding, ding. You don't want to
I
miss
can
it.
see obstacles coming in my way.
Anyway,
I'll
thank
clear
you. Thank y'all so much for joining us. We love seeing our friends. Every comment where you're from. And
Yeah, tell us where you're from.
yeah, because we like to see who's on there. Sometimes you just kind of come on and we don't get to see who's on there. So we want to see. And join us next week for Coffee with Ken.
Have a great
Yes.
day.
See you, gang.